Guys, welcome back. In this episode, we look at a really cool animal, but with a pretty bad reputation. The crows live all over the world. They average 18 inches long, with the fish or crow at 19 inches and the American crow at 17.5 from head to tail. Ravens are much bigger, though they're part of the same gene, Corvus. Ravens are much bigger at around 27 inches from head to tail. They most commonly travel in pairs or alone, where crows will roost in larger flocks. Their tail is also more wedge-shaped. Since crows live in bigger groups, when one crow dies, many other crows in the group, sometimes 100 or more, will gather around the dead crow. They don't touch it, leaving out scavenging as an option, but some scientists think that it's perhaps a survival strategy. The crows are gathering on intelligence on dangers to their species for the future. Crows also actually have bigger brains than humans. While the average adult human's brain is about 1.9% of their body weight, crows have brains that are 2.7% of theirs. This isn't the reason why we know crows are smart, though. Crows have different dialects based on their flock, and when a crow joins a new flock, they will change their caws to mimic dominant members. Also, crows in Japan have figured out a way to crack nuts, using cars as the nutcrackers. What they will do is take the nut of their choice, fly it to the middle of the road, and place it in the center where the cars will go. They wait until the red light to do this, because they've figured out that the cars won't drive then. They then fly back, and then after the green light, when the nut has been run over, they will fly down in the next red light, grab the nut, and eat it. In 2011, some scientists conducted an experiment on whether crows would recognize faces. They would wear caveman masks and grab a crow and tag it. The crow would reprimand them loudly with squawks afterwards, then fly off to join their flock. Later, even after they had stopped tagging the crows, if the scientists walked through the city wearing the Neanderthal mask, crows would dive bomb them and squawk at them. Even up to 5 years later, when the experiment had long stopped, they would wear the mask, and crows, some of which had not even been alive at the time of the original experiment, would dive bomb the person in the mask. Another experiment done on crows in 2014 was where scientists conducted something similar to the marshmallow test. They would take two pieces of food, one like a little piece of bread, and the other a much more desirable piece of steak or beef, or something the crows would rather enjoy. They would tell the crows, or explain to them, that if they waited with the bread, they would give them the other morsel as well. They could replace it. But if they ate the bread, they wouldn't get it. The crows were content to wait patiently with the bread, but if they knew that they were only going to get another bread if they waited, they would just eat it now because there was no point. Crows recognize strength in numbers, and they will team up to dive bomb predators, such as bald eagles or raccoons. This tactic is also used on them, however, as sparrows or smaller birds will also team up to attack a lone crow. Crows get a bad reputation, sometimes being seen as arbingers of death or ill omen or plague. A group of crows is called a murder, which also probably adds to that, but they are not bad animals. They don't mean harm. They are very intelligent, and really won't bother you if you leave them alone. They can't show empathy. Older sibling crows will sometimes help the parents to raise the baby crows in the nest when they're too young to fly. A couple other things about crows. The American crow lives around 7 to 8 years, while the raven lives about 10 to 18 years. The Australian raven is the longest, at about 22 years. Crows also use tools. Some of them have straighter beaks, which are specially adapted to picking up little tools and making them. Some scientists even refer to them as feathered apes. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you subscribe, or at least leave a comment on what animal I should do next. Now I have to go chase away the deer that wants to be in the YouTube video. Hey! Go! Go!